Hello. So when you think of 80s makeup, you probably think bright neon colors like that Urban Decay Electra palette or whatever it's called. There was some of that because I was definitely alive during that time and I know what happened. I witnessed it firsthand when I was negative 15 years old. Okay, so take it from me. A lot of it was like very natural as well. I was picturing like everyone on the streets, just like at the mall, wearing just this bright, like just Gatorade yellow eyeshadow. So I was thinking like I want to do an 80s makeup look. I may do one in the future with like the bright colors, but I thought this one was so interesting that I feel like we have to do it. The title says Real 1980s Natural Makeup Tutorial. Barbara Daly introduces colorings. Unintentional ASMR. Her voice is very relaxing, as you will see. So this video was like sold in stores. This was Body Shop's first makeup line. And I think it's the same Body Shop that like you think of now. And I don't think they have any makeup now. It's mostly lotions and body washes and creams and things. But this was a makeup line that was like very natural. And then Barbara Daly, who this video is of, she was kind of the spokesperson for it. I'm not sure if it was exactly her makeup line.
Daly, who is in town promoting her own new line of makeup called Colorings, has done makeup sessions for thousands of people.
I know this is a long intro, but I have to tell you about this woman before we start with this video so you know how important this is. The first time I watched this video and I found it, I was like, oh, this is just like a makeup artist, you know, just your run-of-the-mill makeup artist. No, she was the makeup artist. She was the makeup artist. Barbara Daly did makeup for Vogue, for lots of, you know, publications, like lots of magazines and stuff, like lots of photo shoots. But she also did makeup for Stanley Kubrick movies. She did the makeup for A Clockwork Orange, The Shining, and she did makeup for Barry Lyndon, which are all Stanley Kubrick movies. But she could have said, okay, I've done some Stanley Kubrick movies. These will live in history forever. I'll be good. I'll be good. I can stop here. But she said, I'm gonna take it. She said, I'm gonna take it one step further. She said, I'm gonna do David Bowie's makeup. Stop right there, girl. Stop right there. Stop right there. But no, she did Princess Diana's makeup for the royal wedding.
And Barbara Daly did the makeup for Princess Diana on that eventful day.
I was asked by the beauty editor on English Vogue, whose assistant was in fact the Princess of Wales' own sister. It was her assistant. If I would like to meet her and go and do a test makeup, and I said yes, I would be delighted to do that. So we did do, and we met, and then she asked me if I would do her makeup for the wedding, and I said, oh yes, please.
So here we go. It just starts in the middle of a sentence because this is on YouTube and this is not the original, but here.
These colour bars should correspond as closely as possible to those that are printed on the enclosed leaflet. Simply adjust the colour, contrast and brightness controls of your set until they look the same. Don't worry if you can't get an exact match.
They had those colors on the screen and she said that I guess it came with a leaflet or something, and you're supposed to match the setting of the colors on your TV set to match as closely as you can to the colors on the leaflet to see like the brightness of it, I guess, so you can see the makeup a little better, which is cool. That may be completely wrong. That's just what I'm deducing.
Don't make up with a side light because that will cast sideways shadows. And don't make up with the light behind you, because you won't be able to see what you're doing.
This looks like a music
Right,
video.
You're ready to start your makeup. You're cleansed and you're moisturised.
Here we go, foundation.
Now, before you apply it, get used to using a damp cosmetic sponge. Dip the sponge into water or run it under the tap. Squeeze out the surplus liquid.
Okay, I'll go wet my beauty blender. Okay, my sponge.
You can mix the colours together, and I'm going to do this today. You can mix them together with your finger.
I do that all the time. I'm an artist.
Take the foundation up with the sponge, and then you're ready to begin by putting the foundation onto the middle of the face first.
So she takes up all the foundation at once. Maybe this will make it look a little more natural. I think that's kind of the point. So I'm trying a new foundation today. Whoa. And I didn't even like see if it was the right color for me. I'm trying the L'Oreal True Match. But I think this looks like it matches pretty well, so I'm excited. This still has the old foundation on it.
Always start by putting the foundation on the centre of your face, because you don't want a lot of foundation all over the edges of your face and into the hairline. You have to have somewhere to blend it to. And on Karen.
Karen! Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take some up on here. I'm gonna start at the center of my face and kind of go out. Oh, this is probably gonna be too light. I could already tell. Yeah. Maybe not. I saw this one girl on TikTok. She was like, they color matched me. I think it was at Sephora. And she had the foundation on and she was like, how did they get it so wrong? How did they get the color match so wrong? But it was actually like an amazing match. But she was just so pale that she was like, there's no way I'm this pale. Like, there's no way. And that's kind of how I feel, because I'm like, oh, this is a very light foundation, but it actually matches. Like, it's actually a good match. It's just not too dark, so. We'll have to give it a few more tries before I know whether I'm loving or just liking.
Don't be misled into thinking that just because you've got a...
Oh, they said I don't want to watch Karen.
Like that you have to start warming up your face with different colour foundations like that. I mean, that is not going to work. That colour is too dark. But it's the kind of colour that you can often be encouraged to buy because people tell you that you need warming up, but it's wrong.
Yep. Because, like, if you plan on tanning, like, for an event or something and you want to, like, do a spray tan, you have to go out and buy a different shade of makeup. But how will you know which shade is right? And you'll have to get the makeup to match the tan. It's too much work. It's too much.
And now we know that we've found the right colour foundation and we start to put it on.
I love that static sound, just that low hum of static that plays on VHS tapes. Ooh, it brings me back. It's like, and when you touch the TV and it shock you, like, that was great.
Remember to match your foundation to your skin colour. Use a damp sponge to apply. Work from the centre of your face outwards so you don't get makeup in your hairline. And apply less foundation to older skins.
I love how she says skins. I think this is too light.
Whether you're using a foundation or not, you will probably want to use a concealer. This is a concealer.
Yep, you know it's going to be good when they bring out that lipstick looking concealer. You know it's going to be good.
It's a kind of a solid sort of foundation. You can use it straight from the stick with your fingertips and draw it straight onto your face, but the best way is with a brush. You load it up like you would a lipstick. Make sure
just the second cut to her face.
That any surplus just comes off on the back of your hand first.
I'm trying to see like what size brush she's using, because it looks like a really small brush. I have used this for concealer before. And so I think I might use this. And she said load it up, so I loaded it up. Load it up, guys, load it up. We're going on a trip.
Wonderful. For just covering any dark shadows under the eyes.
I saw some comments that said like the actual makeup was not like the best quality, but all of these tips are like really useful and good. Wait, that looks so much better. I always put too much concealer on. I'm realizing this slowly that I put too much concealer on. See, she's helping me already. Barbara.
I'm using a slightly darker shade here, just over the nose area.
Concealer. This girl is such a good canvas because she has that like just that blank expression, but she's like serve. She's just like, I'm just gonna serve like this. I'm not gonna like, but she's just like a minute serve, a little appetizer. She's just, because we're letting Barbara shine. She's letting Barbara shine, and I love it.
If you do happen to have any spots or blemishes, like this one, you can just dot on concealer.
Oh, she said like this one.
Dot.
I honestly do not see the zit. Maybe she's just like using it for an example because the girl looked like the girl smiled. She's like, I have a zit.
And then you'll be ready for face powder.
I do have a few zits up here because I changed my skincare routine recently, and I'm hoping it's just a purging of the skin. It's not that bad, but I'm hoping it's just like a purging, and then my skin is just gonna be so glowing, and it's gonna be so good. Because I realized the skincare I was using, I think, was drying out my skin a little bit, and I usually have super oily skin, and lately I've been like, why? I kind of miss my oily skin. Like, what happened to her? I think it was just my skincare was just, my skin was just like SpongeBob when he was under that heat lamp. Like,
apply concealer with a brush after foundation or moisturizer. Use different colors for different areas since they mix together easily. Pat in, don't rub to blend. Remember not to put concealer on fine lines or wrinkles or
Loose face powder. Modern powders like this are very light and transparent.
Like, look at the packaging on this. I actually love the packaging. It looks like salt and pepper shakers. Maybe I need to switch to loose powder too, because I've been using pressed powder, and I think that's higher coverage. And I'm not supposed, I don't know. We'll just see. We may be just switching up. Like, I may look completely different next time you see me.
It's very easy to use, and all you have to do is just shake a little into the palm of your hand. Not the old flour bag look where you used to have absolutely masses all over the face. And then use a powder puff.
The old flour bag look where you had masses all over your face. She's like burning us to where like we are bullied into doing our makeup correctly. And I think that may be the only way that it works for me.
You do the same thing with powder, which is start in the center of the face, because this zone here, we call it the T-zone, is normally the oiliest anyway.
I keep doing like the face that she's doing to see if it looks the same. Yup.
Again, loose face powder and pressed into the middle of the face.
Karen! I love how she's doing the makeup on younger and older skin, because, you know, usually when you see like a makeup artist doing someone's makeup, it's like a gorgeous model that's like 20. And so it's nice to see her do the makeup on the gorgeous model who's like 20, and then the gorgeous model who's like 29. I don't know how old she is, so I'm not gonna guess.
Powder blush is probably the most popular kind of blusher to use.
Blusher! I would say blusher. or rouge if it was socially acceptable in the southern USA to say it. But I know maybe rouge is if you're above the age of 80.
Take a good brush. A nice fat one is the best kind. Dust it round your powder blush, and then remember, and this is a good thing to remember with all the makeup that you do, dust off the surplus on the back of your hand first, and then apply it straight onto the skin.
Okay, so I'm going to use my Mike Wazowski blush, and I'm going to get a lot, like she was showing. She was showing her like rubbing it in there, so I'm going to rub it in there.
Now you can see, if you've got the right kind of brush,
It just does the work for you, straight over the cheekbone. Cream blush is perfect for a younger skin or an older skin, or if your skin is dry, and for a very natural look. All you have to do is just smooth a little bit onto your finger,
Ooh, that looks smooth.
and then just dot it onto your cheek.
Is she putting this over the other blush? It looks like she's, I don't know. We'll put more blush on. Never have enough blush. Never. That smells like paint.
And then just blend it in with your fingertips, lightly.
That was way too much. And it looks patchy.
don't try to slim down your cheeks by using blushes or shaders.
Oh.
They will only make your face look stripy instead of making your skin look healthy.
Stripey. She's calling some of us out for things that we do daily.
Dust excess blusher onto the back of your hand before you apply it to your cheeks. Stroke powder blush onto the apple of your cheeks using a large blusher brush to avoid streaks.
Okay, what's next? Eyeshadow. I do kind of look like a Barry Lyndon character. No.
Take a close look at your own eyes, and you'll see that they're made up of, well, up to 3 or 4 different colours.
Let's see, what kind of colors? Around the edge, it's like a dark green, then it's like a light green, then it's like I have brown on the inside.
These colours can often be a clue as to the eyeshadow colours that you can use and will look good on you.
I love her fat, like she's smizing. She taught Tyra Banks how to smize. I think she did.
Maxine has got what appears to be blue eyes, but if you look closely, they're actually dark grey around the edges and copper in the middle. Now I'm going to start off by using a copper eyeshadow on her eyelid first.
Okay, so she's putting copper on the inside of her eye, but I'm not sure if I think she does say like what to do for different colors. You might think my eyes are, don't know what color you may think my eyes are, but they're actually brown on the inside, green in the middle, and then dark gray / green, can't tell, on the outside.
Blue eyes and blue eyeshadow is really an old myth. In fact, blue can often deaden the colour of your eyes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of use like a brownish color. I dropped this eyeshadow palette twice, trying to bring it in here, and 2 of the eyeshadows broke. They broke the second time. Not when I dropped it on the hardwood floor, but when I dropped it on carpet. It was a certain iPhone year, or like a certain iPhone model, that like, I would hear of so many people dropping their phone onto like carpet, or just like barely dropping it and it would shatter. But now they're like, titanium. They should have had that song for the iPhone commercial. See, y'all need to call me, I'm telling you. I'm guessing she's kind of doing a similar color to what's the inner color of her eye, because she said she's doing more of like a copper color. So I'm doing, this is kind of like an orangish color. It's more like orange, which is fine. I think one of the comments on this said that Princess Diana liked wearing blue eyeshadow or eyeliner. She liked wearing blue on her eyes, but Barbara was like, no, with your blue eyes, you need to wear like something other than blue. I wonder if she like wanted blue eyeshadow for her wedding, and she was like, No. But she could have made it look good.
This is an eyeshadow pencil. I've chosen a grey which matches the grey in Maxine's eyes, and I'm going to emphasise the shape of her eyes by darkening the outer edges of her upper lid.
So true. Oh, she's
When you're putting colour on the bottom of your eyelashes, don't go too far along, just halfway is far enough, then you've got somewhere to blend it to, because blending is really important.
She said she used gray, but I think I'll just like find a similar color and just do that with powder. Ooh, that's actually a good color. Yeah, that's good. Dark side. I'm coming on the dark side. Isn't there a song that, you know, I'm gonna use this and do that. That's like so much. She's like natural, and then it's like, oh, around here. That's so
Use
dark.
the edge of your brush to blend underneath your eyes, not the flat bit like that. Just run the edge right along the bottom lid. And that way, what looked too dark before now looks nice and soft.
Ooh, lovely. This is so 80s. This is where the 80s are coming through.
Now, it's not a good idea, if your eyelids are beginning to get it all crepey, to use very shiny eyeshadows like this, because it'll just make them look a bit like elephant hide. Now, if you want to add
Don't want to look like elephant hide. I love her.
Now, as you get older, you often find that your eyes tend to droop a bit at the corners, so don't let your shadow start to creep down into the area where you might have lines.
That's an interesting technique. Okay, what's next? Eye definer.
Eye definer pencils can be used for emphasizing and lining your eyes. Sometimes they're called kohl. Don't close your eye because you get little puckers all along the skin here, and that makes it look ragged when you've finished. So keep your eye open.
Remember not to close your eyes, it causes the skin to pucker, and to draw the line as close to your lashes as possible.
Highlighter. There's no like contour going on here or bronzing or anything, because I don't think that was really a popular thing, but we're gonna highlight.
Highlighter pencil like this is really easy to use. Try not to use really stark white colours because they look very hard on the eye. So there's just a little bit drawn under the eyebrow bone, and then for that soft dewy look, a little V in the corner of your eye.
She put a lot of highlighter on here, so that is exactly what I'll do.
This is a very soft pinkish colour. On an older skin, it's not a good idea to put too much highlight.
I'm sure she loves being called old about 50 times, like in a row. She's a queen though, and she owns it. We're aging gracefully in this household. Mascara. Is she gonna
Amongst the main ingredients of mascara are carnauba wax and beeswax.
That's my favorite British word. That's my favorite like thing that people say in British accent is mascara. I also like strawberries, because it sounds like they're saying like Drew Brees, the football player.
Always start with your top lashes and look down, and then draw the mascara brush right from root to tip, pushing upwards. That helps to curl it a little bit.
Did she not use an eyelash curler?
Do it slowly and carefully. Don't sort of jab at your eyes, because all that will happen is you'll push the brush into your eye. If you've always longed to use coloured mascaras
Me.
and are worried because you think they might look too bright if they're used completely on their own, try mixing them with black or brown.
Oh, that's interesting.
The thing to do is put a layer of coloured mascara in between the black or brown. A sort of mascara sandwich.
This is a lash separator. I never use this because it's like metal sharp pieces. It's like a literal like needles, and I'm scared. As much as I have like done stuff around my eyes and done my makeup, I'm so scared that I'm gonna poke my eye one day and then it's all gonna be over. Back to the mascara sandwich. If your man tells you, go make me a sandwich, you go put a face of makeup on and make that mascara sandwich, because he didn't specify. So you go glam yourself up and make that mascara sandwich, girl, for yourself. I don't know what I'm talking about here. I think she's like subtly trying to be like, please don't use blue eyeshadow or mascara. Like, please don't. Is what I think she's subtly trying to tell us, because if you're gonna use black mascara, blue in between, and then black again, the blue's probably barely showing up. So she's like, if you feel like your heart is just set on using this blue mascara that you're gonna regret in 30 years, then just put the black, the blue, and then the black, you know? Because what part of the sandwich do we see the most of? The bread.
Look down into a mirror held at chin level when applying mascara to your upper lashes. Look up into a mirror held higher than your eyes when applying it to your lower lashes. For softly coloured lashes, mix your coloured mascara with black or brown by alternating the coats. Remove blobs of...
Oh, we're on the last part. I'm kind of sad. I've been sitting here for so long.
Eyebrows frame the eyes and can be emphasized in a number of ways, with pencils and with eyebrow makeup.
Oh, this will be interesting to see how we did the eyebrows. I'm surprised we're even really doing eyebrows. I didn't know that they put any emphasis on those in the 80s.
You can colour the hair and also just fill in any gaps. Karen's got a problem that actually a lot of people have,
Oh, what's Karen's problem?
which is one eyebrow, this one, is actually higher than the other one, that one. And I'm going to use eyebrow makeup to even them up.
Karen, I wonder if she went home and she was looking at herself in the mirror like, got crepey skin, I have uneven eyebrows, my skin's uneven. Karen, we love you, Karen. We love you, Karen.
There you go.
Okay, here we have lip color. I don't know how I could have forgotten about lip color.
And then I'm going to use a lip pencil in a browny pink colour, a colour rather like a dark shade of natural lip colour, which is good for defining the mouth without having a strongly coloured line.
I'm going to use my tried and true Kylie. Oh, maybe not.
Because I want a fairly unmade up look, instead of using a lipstick, which is a much stronger colour, I'm actually going to use a lip tint.
Yeah, I think this would work. Oh, I just muted it. Okay.
You can give it a little blot with a tissue so it doesn't look too jammy.
Jermy? Jammy. I never thought of lips with gloss looking jammy. But I get it, like clumpy, like jam. That is the perfect word to describe this. She's so smart.
And then you've got to finish makeup.
Ooh.
Lipstick makes all the difference. And then you've got to finish makeup.
Sweet.
By the merest hair's breadth, not very much at all.
She looks so done. She looks so done with this process. Yay. Gorgeous Queen Karen.
You can incorporate any of the lessons you've learned into your daily routine.
Yes. Before. After. 1988. Oh.
Pros is custom hair care.
Their VHS player was malfunctioning a little bit, I think. This is the finished look. I actually really like it. Like, I wouldn't have done that gray color usually, but I kind of like it. It is feeling 80s in its own low-key way. I will hopefully use some of these tips that Barbara Kwong gave, but I feel honored to have learned from the Queen Barbara. Thank you for this amazing tutorial. Bye.